Welcome back to the Stupid Juice channel, guys. Today, I am going to be doing a 2,000 day world tour. You might say, oh, it's 1999, but let me just fix that real quick. And there we are, that's day 2,000. Oh, anyway, do the sign, like and sub chat. So first of all, we're starting up here, just because this is like my most recent build, pretty much. I wanted to recreate Mr. IBX Toy Cat, you know, his iconic brick house. You know the one. It is perfectly accurate. This is the exact layout. I do have the basement. I do not have the house under the house with the other house under that house, like Mr. Toy Cat does. Yeah, no hole, don't go lower, no house below, don't go lower, no house below the house below, and a lot of sad faces. Anyway, this is not the interesting part of the world. Right here, if you were to just spawn into this world new, fresh, this is the exact block you would spawn on. I set the respawn radius to 1, so this is the exact world spawn, right? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. From spawning in, obviously, you see like and sub, obviously, if you haven't already do it. And then to the, depends on what direction you face, but over here, obviously, is my to-do list. You can read any of those if you want. I've got a bunch of projects here, and I think, to be honest, this is what's going to help me keep motivated on this world, because I've had other long-term survival worlds, but the biggest issue with them is I'll have this big mega project and it'll just like eventually I'll just lose all motivation. And that's kind of what happened to my friend. The subject I observed in an earlier episode that he and everyone else has quit this world. I am currently the only one who has played on this world for the past 400 plus days. If you look at realm stories, this is quite helpful actually, because it shows me exactly when everyone is playing. Yeah, see, so this is a lot shorter time than the realm this thing can show, because this is over 24 hours. So from I can see my thing. All right. This, I guess, is also a stat reveal. 87 only of the achievements. That's actually more than I thought I had, to be honest. Let's look at my stats. So, 83 days time played. That, of course, as well. My iOS one, I think, was 60. I'm not sure, but, you know, it's a lot. 1.8 million blocks broken. That's kind of crazy. 144,000 mobs defeated. That, I think, most of that, the majority would be from my Guardian farm. Because that just produces an insane amount of mobs. Distance traveled. Have I really traveled 700 million blocks? That seems like a lot, but honestly not at the same time, you know what I mean? This was the original one that I made, going in depth, but this is more like an exhaustive story. You can pause the video, if you want to read these, but this is just what different people have done. Oh, why are there... Okay, there's 4 empty pages. So anyway, we are in India. Which is what we decided to call this place. This used to be, I don't know if I should say people's actual names. So for now, I'll just call him Python, because his username is Python with some numbers. So Python and his like I don't even know how many siblings, like four siblings, I think. They decided to make India their home. Python, I believe, was the one who built this. Now, it wasn't actually finished. It didn't have any pretty much glass. So I just came in and finished it to what I think he would have wanted. So this is just like a boat ramp deck thing. Like you bring your boats into harbor here, and then you set out from here. And there's obviously the Mushroom Island over there. We'll go to that soon. But this is pretty much the only structure here at spawn that is original from the original India members, as well as this house. Fun fact, I usually actually sleep in this bed. I just come in this little divot, built probably on day 10 of the server, and I sleep in that bed now, just because I've been doing projects at spawn, and I didn't want monsters to spawn, and probably only in the last 10 days I've just lit this up, and only in the last 100 days I've even done anything here. So most of the stuff you see here is new. And so one of my things that I wanted to do was have a crop farm of every type, which obviously I've got there. There's the nether portal. Oh yeah, we've got a bit of a nether portal hub. It's kind of shit looking. And then we've got the pumpkins, the melons, the bamboo, the frickin' cocoa beans, cactus, netherwort. I wanted to also get chorus fruit, but I think it only like grows on endstone, and I couldn't be bothered going to grab more endstone. Oh, we've also got the map room, which I've also made last like kind of 100 days. So right now, this is where we are, right there. As you can tell, there is the Mushroom Island that we saw just earlier. There's a lot more forest and stuff. Right here is another person's little base. Hardly call it a base. Anyway, this right here is the 0 point. It's kind of annoying that it isn't centered to the map, because these are size 1 maps, so they're 256 by 256. So it was originally, if you make a normal map, it will be perfectly centered, but this is a size 1 map, so it's extended out. It can't go perfectly in the center because the maps there, they go like 4 quadrant. Anyway, then as you can see, this is like the guideline, I call it. So it spans currently only 1,000 blocks in every direction, but I want to expand that to be 10,000 blocks. Oh, I'm a bit asleep right now. Okay, so over here, this is Dubai. Alright, so we got the Burj Khalifa. To be honest, it looks really small on this map, but you're going to see it later. It's massive. This player, Paper Cargo, has done a lot more in terms of individual large builds than I have. Because he's got this, you can't quite fully see it on the map, this big build. This mall over here, he's got a rail that he started building. That's his sister's build. Over here is my Guardian farm. That is how I make all of my 250 levels. It's actually pretty easy to get that much with this farm because it's just crazy. And then over here is my base. It's a bit hard to see it as well on this map, but that is my version, my China Tower. That is my half dome. That is not a full dome yet. And then I've got a pyramid. I've got my highway and my road system. Anyway, enough talking about the different builds, enough looking at the map. Let's cover spawn fully first. So I've got this gold pillar here, just kind of to flex. And then over here, I've got this pit, which is I've basically just been digging now. And so that, I think, should cover the entirety of spawn. Oh yeah, and I've got a wall around it. And next, I just want to go over... How about we go over to Mr. Nipperoni's base, right? So here it is. This is his base, As you can see, lit it up, flattened it, got rid of all the trees, dug a hole. And then, yeah, as well. So, a funny thing, this world glitched. I don't know if it was a realm issue, but you can see there's a dragon egg down there. And this is the OG dragon egg. It was quite strange. I initially beat the game, and then a couple of days later, Paper Cargo, or, I'll just call him Mr. Dubai. So, a couple of days later, he and I went back and beat it again, because he wanted to do the fight as well. And I was like, oh yeah, okay, good idea. Let's do the fight again. And then, of course, I went and did the fight 20 times as well, but another story. So we did the fight again, but for some reason the egg spawned in again for the second time. So we do have a glitched egg. That is the glitched egg. And essentially this world has 2 dragon eggs. It doesn't really do anything for me, but, you know. So over here is the Mushroom Island. Now this one is probably one of my biggest projects. I am trying to flatten the entire thing out, as I'm sure you can start to tell as we get over here. And these are my chests. I don't know if this will be enough, or if I'll need more. I'm hoping it'll be enough. But, as you can see, I've already made this whole segment, for the most part, flat. And if we fly up over this way, we can see this small section I've done here, not even like near to being even a quarter. Here we've got the guideline points. So these stretch out 1,000 blocks, 1,000 blocks, 1,000 blocks. I think this one spreads out to like 6,000. I just went until I ran out of stone. So there's a pathway in there that just goes down. And down at the bottom of there is a big tunnel that leads from all the way in Dubai to my base, which I think we should go to now. First, we'll have a detour and just go to the Guardian Farm. As you can see, it's loading in. It's pretty big. To be honest, this is a really easy farm to build. This could be built within 100 days, pretty easily. And it literally produces so much XP. Like, look at that. I mean, you can hardly tell. The issue with it is, like, oh, look at that. Shovel's already back to full. Unbreaking 3 shovel as well. And it produces so much prismarine. All of these chests, they must have... Oh, they're pretty much all full. But as you can see, there's starting to be a bit of runoff. That's the annoying thing about this farm. Is because eventually you just start to lag if you leave it AFK. My tools are full again. Now, let's go over to the main base. And in a second, you are going to see... There it is. My China building. Now, Mr. Dubai will not like this. He got very mad about this when I last mentioned it. Because he kept saying, you know, his was bigger. His was better. You know, and I'll give him props. His is made out of glass. That is way harder to get than stone and deep slate. But nonetheless... Oh, and also, his is way harder to build because he's got it teetering. You'll see it soon. But this is my one. Now, Mr. Dubai is not going to like this, but mine is bigger. By block size in, like, diameter, it is bigger, which he claimed his was, and held over my head a little. And he got very annoyed when I was like, mine's bigger. I was a bit obnoxious about it, but, you know. But this was our initial starting thing that we did. I'm going to lead around just so I can show you an earlier version. So this was at day 50, see? So very early on is when we started these builds. Literally day 50. Yeah, so not long in. So that's when I started. So I also dug a hole to bedrock below the build. And this is... As you can see, this is my starter base. You know, I just put this down. I started mining. This is blocked off now, but I started mining. I was like, okay, cool. Started base. Pop shit down. And so, something strange you might notice on the current world is, perhaps that I still live in the same house. So that's going to put things in perspective a bit as to how much things have changed. You've seen the old version, but this is the same house. I did at first remove the barrels, so shifted around a bit, and I used to just keep my red bed here, and I had another blue bed that I accidentally blew up in the end. We don't talk about that. So I just used this as my carry around bed. This one, with all my shulkers, 18, 19, 20, 19 shulkers of raw cod, by the way. That's from my guardian farm. And so this building isn't entirely useless. It is my storage building. I'm not going to go in there and show you all. Oh, but I will look down there. Look at that. That took a long time. And then, of course, naturally your eyes are going to be brought to the half sphere over there. So let me just fly over there. I'll just show you guys the main builds. You know, there's a bunch of other builds, but this is like the main two in my base. The China building and the half sphere. So this right here is my half sphere. I wanted to make it a whole sphere, but the thing is, when you reach halfway, for some reason, it kind of gets confusing. You know, you'll reach halfway, and you're like, oh, cool, rad. You'll leave it be for a while, and then you'll forget exactly what layer you're on, and then you'll get to the exact layer again, and then you'll be like, wait a minute, this is off. Why is this off? This shouldn't be off. I should have the exact right layer. And then you'll be like, oh, it's off. I don't want to keep building it, because if I fucked it up, the entire thing is fucked up. I would have to deconstruct everything. So I just kind of left it and the shulker boxes with some of the resources to do other things. And believe me, I have other projects. And so this is quite recent. This is my China flag. And of course I got some other stuff, super smelter, bone meal farm, a pyramid. As you can see, this took a lot longer than you would think. This right here took so goddamn long, I'm telling you. And for some reason didn't want to go get a beacon. But anyway, that's my base. It's got the roads, it's got all the plans for where all the houses will be. So I think next, even though it's way further away, I'm going to go to Dubai. Here we are. Dubai's about to start loading, and that is a squid farm, and also a drown farm. But anyway, I also still don't know what this is. He built this. This is pretty much the last, one of the last things he built. But here it is. Here's the Burj. It is very impressive. I cannot deny that. And over there, that's his other big build. See, he's got a lot more of these large-scale builds. It's got the mall over there. So he went for a lot more large-scale generally. I was trying to do a more smaller city style. This has also been here from like day 50, by the way. Anyway, this is his base. I want to tell you a little story about this base. So, if you see, we are in a village, you know. Over here, there's an empty room down here, right? This used to be where our villages were. Now, I came over very early on, and we started getting villages. I pretty much did all of the villages stuff, but Paper Cargo helped out too. And anyway, these villages, for some reason, you know what they decided to do? They decided to all die. So obviously we didn't light it up enough or something, and a zombie spawned in there, and about half of them were completely killed because we were playing on normal mode, but another half were still alive. So we cured those guys, and then just a couple days later, they just straight up vanished. They genuinely just disappeared. And from that point on, there have been no villages at his base. Luckily, I do have villages at my base. I didn't show them, but, you know, they're nothing special. But you can press this button, I think, that will take you all the way to the top. Yeah, this button will take you all the way to the top, but the other... Oh, no, never mind. So it'll take you to different floors. And is it this one that'll take me even higher? No, it is this one. Yes, here we go. See, so what he did there is he got a little water bucket. Oh, okay. I have to put each individual. But still, it's pretty cool that he put, like, the wiring all throughout this. And it takes you just up to here. You have to take the ladder for the last little bit. And then you are towering over the world. So my base has the same thing, essentially. as you can see, the Burj, it kind of tapers down strangely, which made it obviously a lot harder to build. I will not say that it was bigger. I will not say that it was well, no, it is more impressive. But it was not bigger. Mine was bigger by size. I will not be letting go of that. And mine was done first. I was the first to finish my build, as of course China is #1 at everything. Okay, Dubai last place. All right, get fucking boned, man. But anyway, that is a real building. This is a real building. I don't know. That's, I think, supposed to be based on a real building. I'm not sure. So anyway, he's built that. I built that before this existed, and he's put a bloody pole right down through it. But no, you know what? That's fine. But I think that's pretty cool. It's like pretty much the only sand themed build apart from that. Okay, you know what? There are a lot of sand themed builds. But I did this literally just because, as you could see, I have a pyramid, and that's how I got the sandstone for it. So this is a piston bolt rail that Paper Cargo built. Pretty impressive, I'm not gonna lie. And then obviously this is the United Arab Emirates flag over here. And he did banners, I think. Yeah. Wait, did he? Oh, I thought those were banners. But anyway, over here is the Kaaba. I don't know what religious stone is what it really is, I guess. For the Muslim people. Oh! Okay, over here. So another player built this, jumped off, died, and for the longest time, this stuff was just sitting there. I came over every, like, a month and checked, and it was like, yep, it's still there. This right here is another person's house. The one who built the Kaaba. I supplied the gold, because, you know, China is, you know, the supplier to the world. I've built most of the world's infrastructure and, like, things that are good for everyone. The only build, I think, or farm, sorry, that I didn't make is the raid farm, which is somewhere over in that direction. I'm not going to go there, though, because it is thousands of blocks away. And if you look at subject observations, you know, I uploaded to my channel. If you look at that, then you'll be able to see it. So, you know, if you really want to see it, just check that out. And yeah, you'll see the raid farm. So anyway, now I'm going to go to the end, and I can show you my end project, which is kind of the main thing I was working on before, like, day 1900. So we're just about to the end. If you see that tower over there, if we fly expertly into there, let me just... Fuck, okay, I am not in it. Ow! Okay, it dropped. Anyway, I don't like doing that. I always get scared I'll take damage. But, I mean, you don't, but, you know, it's bedrock. Anyway, oh, I just sprinted out of there. Wait a minute. Regain health. Anyway, this is my end project, obviously. As you can tell, I've got this kind of pyramid shape a bit here, and, well, I've kind of been turning this whole thing into a massive circle, and to show you what I mean, I've got to fly up, really. So as you can see, massive circle. This is what I'm trying to turn the end island into, and also get rid of all the end pillars. And so obviously this is a massive project. I've currently got my beacon set up over here. You can see where I've been mining. But if we go down here, here's my beacon. I also want to build floors on every level. All of these are filled with endstone, by the way. So I want to build floors on every single level. Oh, he's mad at me. Down here. So here is probably the most unique feature about the world, is that technically in this spot, it is a working dupe glitch. So I would show you what I mean, but it's a bit finicky. So I'll just kind of explain it. And in a copy of this world, what I did is I duped multiple netherite blocks. I think I went from 1 to 8. And how I did this is this water source right here, if you try to drain it, if you place and break a block there and then leave and rejoin, the water will remain. This water, I actually don't know how I'm ever going to get rid of it. Plus, this endstone, if I break this block, and then try to, like, place a thing of water there, or like no matter what I do, this block and this block, they're always gonna be there. Whatever was last placed in there, if I like place a sign on the edge there, then it would stay that sign, but I could never break that sign. That sign would be forced to be there. And that's probably what I'll do. I'll just place a sign on the edge if I want it to look clean, or something. I don't know exactly. But I went on a copy of this world. I duped netherite blocks, which is obviously so OP. And I would never do it on this world, obviously, because there is also a risk that you might accidentally lose your one and only netherite block. So, you know, I did it on a copy. Surprisingly enough, I do still have like 2, maybe 3 netherite. No, I have 24 ingots, so I have 2 netherite blocks, but, you know, they're legit, alright? Don't worry. Anyway, this is the end project. It is gonna take a lot more hours, but in terms of stuff that we have made on this world, this is just about wrapping it up. So, right here is the last main build. There are other builds I know that I've missed. Perhaps maybe the Nether Fortress, the Ghast Farm, the Raid Farm, which you can see if you want to. But for now, I'm going to leave that off here. I'm just going to go back through the portal so we can end the video properly. Back in spawn. And now there shouldn't be any monsters. I just want to look at the beautiful, beautiful. It's just so satisfying seeing such a beautifully lit up world. But anyway, that's it for today's video, of course. I will, of course, reiterate, like and sub to the Stupid Juice. Like and sub to the channel, guys. It would mean a lot. I want to hopefully get like 100 subs at some point. That would be pretty dope. But anyway, that's it for today. This is my world tour. I think what I want to do is upload a like progress video every like maybe 100 days or something, just to show off what I've done. I'm not gonna like actively film the world. I might do live streams. Depends. I don't think I'm gonna have much time to work on it or play on it in the coming couple months, but by summer, like after exams and things, I should be able to work on this world a lot more, and, you know, do a bunch of cool stuff, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. But anyway, that's enough for today. I'll see you all later.